Have you ever thought that being overly nice might actually be holding you back in your relationships? Today, we're diving into a powerful truth about the nice guy dilemma. These men often believe they're the perfect partner, the kind every woman dreams of, but is being nice alone enough to truly stand out? Or could it be the very reason they're not getting the connection they desire, while the men they criticize seem to succeed? We're about to unpack this through the lens of ancient Stoic philosophy, a timeless way of thinking that could radically change how you connect with women. Stoicism, built on the values of wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control, asks us to rethink what it really means to be nice. When taken too far, being agreeable can backfire, weakening the sense of authenticity and mutual respect in a relationship. By applying Stoic principles, you can find a healthier, balanced one where your actions stem from wisdom and virtue, not just a need to please. This shift doesn't just improve your dating life, it brings you closer to your deeper values, creating more meaning and confidence in every area of life. If you've ever felt overlooked despite your kindness, or if you're simply curious about building stronger, more genuine connections through Stoic wisdom, this video is made for you. Hit that like button if this resonates, subscribe for more insights, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Let's get started. Number 1. Being nice isn't everything. Many nice guys fall into the trap of thinking that their kindness alone should automatically lead to romance. While their intentions may be good, this often ends in disappointment. Stoicism teaches that we should act from virtue, not for outcomes. Just because you're polite and respectful doesn't guarantee romantic interest. Kindness is a beautiful quality, but it's not what ignites romantic chemistry. Women might enjoy being around nice guys, appreciate their help, and see them as loyal friends, but friendship and attraction are two very different things. There's no spark in simply being agreeable, no excitement, no tension. When kindness becomes a tactic for winning love, it can actually come across as needy or worse, manipulative. From a Stoic point of view, your actions should come from integrity, not from a desire to receive something in return. If you're being kind only to get something out of it, then are you truly being kind? This mindset can feel disingenuous to others. True kindness comes without expectations. A Stoic man behaves with honesty and virtue because it's who he is, not because he's trying to earn affection. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, stressed that our intentions matter more than results. In relationships, this means showing respect and kindness because it's right, not to score points. A lot of nice guys keep waiting for their good deeds to pay off, but they rarely do. Instead of fixating on being nice, focus on developing a well-rounded character. Qualities like confidence, purpose, and assertiveness, combined with your kindness, create real attraction. For example, maybe you're always buying her coffee or helping with her work. While she may appreciate these things, if you never show your intentions or express interest beyond friendship, she's unlikely to view you romantically. But when you pair your kindness with courage and clarity, something shifts. You start creating the possibility of a deeper, more meaningful connection. In short, being nice opens doors, but it's not the key to someone's heart, especially if it's laced with expectations. Instead, live by the Stoic code, act from virtue, not for validation. Become a man of character, and your kindness will come across as real and powerful, drawing people in, not pushing them away. Number 2. Don't hide who you really are. Nice guys often tone themselves down around women, trying not to seem too bold or assertive, but that's a mistaken one that contradicts everything Stoicism teaches. A Stoic strives to live in alignment with his true self, unapologetic ally. Think about how you act when you're around your close friends. You're probably confident, relaxed, and fully present. You share your passions, crack jokes, and speak your mind. That's when you're being your most authentic and most attractive self. But when many nice guys meet someone they like, everything changes. They become overly cautious. They try too hard to appear agreeable and harmless, fearing that being too forward will scare her away. Ironically, this backfires. People can sense when someone is masking who they are, and when you're not being real, you're not creating any real connection. Women aren't looking for perfection. They're drawn to authenticity. They want to see who you really aren't a performance. Men who act passively or go overboard trying to please often miss one crucial truth. Women are drawn to authenticity. They're attracted to someone who's expressive, playful, confident, someone who isn't afraid to just be themselves. Think back to a night out with friends, how easy the conversation flowed, how relaxed and alive you felt. You shared your thoughts openly, made jokes, and weren't trying to impress anyone. Now contrast that with a date where you filtered every word, agreed with everything she said, and hid your interests in fear they might not appeal to her. Second situation feels exhausting and unsustainable. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, reminds us to stay true to who we are. In his Meditations, he wrote, "Never regard anything as beneficial to you that forces you to compromise your integrity." That includes how you show up in relationships. When you suppress your true self just to gain approval, you lose self. You build a connection on a shaky, dishonest foundation. So instead of reshaping yourself to fit what you think she wants, show up as you truly are. If she can't appreciate your authenticity, it's not a loss, it's clarity. But in many cases, the opposite happens. The moment you stop hiding your personality, your energy becomes magnetic. Own your uniqueness. Stay grounded in your values. Let the real you shine through. That's not only more attractive, it's the only way to build something real and lasting. Number 3. Don't sit around waiting for your chance. Are you always the one waiting for her to notice you, hoping she'll make the first move, while you silently invest time and energy in the background? This is a common trap for the nice guy. He shows interest in quiet ways, but never steps forward, hoping she eventually realizes how valuable he is. The truth: most women are drawn to someone who's decisive and confident enough to lead. If you keep staying on the sidelines, hoping to get noticed, you're missing your opportunity. Confidence is compelling. Taking initiative shows strength, and strength is attractive. Picture this: you've been thinking about a woman constantly. You try to be around her, help her, make her laugh, all in the hope she eventually make the move. But in doing this, you're putting your happiness and your fate in someone else's hands. Stoicism teaches that we're responsible for our actions, not the outcomes. So instead of waiting, take action. Don't sit quietly hoping life or love will hand you what you want. Even if things don't work out, you'll walk away knowing you had the courage to try. And that builds character. Fear of rejection holds many back, but what really holds you back is inaction. When you take that step, a conversation, making your intentions known, you practice resilience and bravery. Those are traits that strengthen you over time. Next time you're at a party and you spot someone you're drawn to, don't just linger in the corner. Approach her with calm confidence. Introduce yourself. Start a genuine conversation. This isn't about being pushy, it's about being grounded and intentional. You can't control how she responds, but you can control your mindset and your choices. And that's the Stoic way: focusing on what you can govern, letting go of what you can't. Every bold action reinforces your inner strength and lessens the fear of the unknown. Even if it doesn't lead to what you hoped, you've taken ownership of your life, and that's worth more than any outcome. Being kind doesn't mean being passive. It means being respectful, yes, but also assertive and in command of your journey. So don't wait for a window of opportunity, create one. Step forward, express interest, take the lead. Live with courage. Not because it guarantees success, but because it aligns you with your highest values. Number 4. Don't fall too fast. Do you tend to fall hard for any beautiful woman you meet? This is a common stumbling block for nice guys. The moment they meet someone attractive, they invest emotionally right away, before they truly know her. But the truth is, most women won't be the right match for you. And when you lead with desperation, it clouds your judgment and sets you up for disappointment. When you're starved for connection, you start projecting your hopes onto anyone who shows you attention. That intensity might feel romantic to you. To most women, it comes off as needy. They meet guys like that all the time. There's nothing unique or magnetic about it. Women are more drawn to those who maintain a bit of healthy distance, who don't instantly chase, but instead let things unfold naturally. These men aren't in a rush. They don't pile on compliments or overextend themselves in the early stages. Instead, they let the connection develop and give her space to want to come closer. Just because someone is physically attractive doesn't mean they're the right person for you. Learning to pause and assess the person, not just the appearance, will help you avoid wasting emotional energy. The Stoics teach us to question our initial reactions. When you meet someone new and feel that spark, pause and ask yourself, am I interested in who she is, or am I just captivated by the surface? For instance, you meet a stunning woman at a social event. Instead of jumping into flattery mode, take a different approach. Ask thoughtful questions. Listen to her values. Look for shared meaning. This signals maturity and intention and sets you apart from men who fall too fast, too easily. Slow down. Let curiosity lead. That's how real connections are built, on mutual understanding, not momentary attraction. By practicing emotional discipline and self-awareness, you open the door to deeper, more authentic relationships. 5. Stop trying to check every box. Ever asked a woman what she wants in a partner? She might say things like, "I want someone sweet, someone who listens, someone supportive." And what happens? Nice guys hear that and immediately try to mold themselves into that list. They become overly accommodating, thinking that if they check every box, she'll fall for them. But here's the thing, those traits are only part of the story. What many women don't say out loud is that they also crave chemistry, challenge, excitement, emotional pull. These are feelings, not traits, and they often speak louder than any checklist. So while you're being the perfect gentleman, helpful, always available, you may be missing the mark completely. Why? Because you're not sparking emotion. You're not creating intrigue. You're not leaving any room for attraction to grow. Women don't just want kindness. They want to feel something deeper and more instinctive. That often comes from confidence, wit, and unpredictability. Imagine a guy who remembers every detail, listens intently, and never misses a chance to help. While that might earn appreciation, it doesn't guarantee romantic desire. Without that spark, it stays in the realm of friendship. Stoicism reminds us to live in alignment with our nature and values, not to shapeshift into someone we're not. When you chase validation by becoming what someone says they want, you lose your essence. You become a mirror, not a man. Instead, be grounded in who you are. Lead with confidence, not compliance. Show her your world, your mind, your interests, not just your ability to please. Because ultimately, real attraction doesn't come from being everything she asked for. It comes from being someone she didn't expect. Stop reshaping yourself to match someone else's idea of the perfect guy. Instead, focus on being the most authentic version of you. If you're genuinely a caring person, let that part of you shine, but don't hide your passions, your humor, or your confidence. A man grounded in Stoic values knows that inner character and realness are far more attractive than any mask you wear. Trying to become someone else just to gain approval is not only exhausting, it's a recipe for burnout. Instead of sitting silently and nodding through conversations, speak your mind, share your honest thoughts with confidence. This doesn't mean being combative or rude, it means being real and fully engaged. Laugh, tease, have fun with the interaction. When you're enjoying the moment and bringing that energy into the conversation, it reveals your confidence and comfort with who you are. Women notice when a man is secure in his skin, when he's not trying too hard to impress, but still has the courage to challenge, flirt, and be playful. That's what creates chemistry. So stop obsessing over ticking boxes. True connection and attraction come from emotional presence, not perfection. Your best traits shine when there's already a spark, not when you're forcing it. A Stoic man is both aware and assured. He's not just a nice guy trying to meet someone else's criteria, he's grounded in who he is. If you're still reading this and feel aligned with what we're discussing, take a second to drop a comment below. Stop being nice. This small gesture shows that you truly understand the message and that you're committed to leveling up your mindset and relationships. Let's keep going. Number 6. Don't lead with your wallet. Do you believe that showing off your money will make you more desirable? Yes. Financial stability matters, but throwing your wealth around doesn't lead to meaningful attraction. Think of it this way. A fancy car might catch attention, but the moment you step out of it, who are you? A luxury vehicle won't transform insecurity into confidence. In Stoic thought, self-worth doesn't come from what you own, it comes from who you are. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." In other words, it's your mindset and behavior that reveal your true value. Your possessions, humility, confidence, and emotional strength speak louder than any designer brand. Picture this. In one scenario, you show up in a flashy car, dressed in high-end clothes, and spend the evening talking about your income and lifestyle. In another, you arrive in a modest vehicle, wear clean and simple clothes, and focus on deep conversation, listening, connecting, and showing genuine interest. Which version leaves a lasting impression? Trying to win affection with status can actually work against you. it can come across as superficial and inauthentic. And most women can sense when someone's using money to impress instead of personality. Real relationships are built on trust, character, and depth, not your bank balance. So rather than trying to impress with what you have, invest in who you are. Build traits like integrity, kindness, and mental resilience. These are the true foundations of attraction and connection. Forget the labels and the flashy image. Adopt the Stoic belief that your worth lies not in your possessions but in your principles. Focus on growth, self-awareness, and purpose, and you'll not only become more attractive, you'll also live with more peace and fulfillment. Verse 7. Don't wait for applause. Do you find yourself constantly pointing out how nice you are? This is a trap many nice guys fall into. They feel the need to prove they're different, that they're better than the so-called bad guys. But here's the truth. When you keep reminding people that you're a good guy, it often has the opposite effect. Real kindness doesn't need an announcement. Genuine men don't need to broadcast their good behavior or ask for recognition. They just are that way, quietly consistent, steady in their actions, and rooted in purpose. So if your niceness isn't being praised, don't let it discourage you. If you're being kind, do it because it's who you aren't, because you're hoping someone will clap for it. That's the Stoic mindset. Doing the right thing without expecting a reward. Because true virtue doesn't need validation, it stands strong on its own. Do the right thing because it's right, not because you expect anything in return. The Stoics believed in doing good simply for its own sake, not to chase validation or applause. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic thinkers, taught us to focus only on what we can control, our actions and mindset, not how others react to us. When you constantly crave approval or recognition, you're placing your emotional well-being in someone else's hands, and that's a power Stoicism warns us never to give away. Picture this. You spend your entire weekend helping a friend move heavy boxes, rearranging furniture, organizing their place. You're expecting a warm thank you, or at least a small sign of appreciation. But what if none comes? If you only helped receive praise, that lack of response will leave you frustrated or resentful. But if you helped because it felt right, because it aligned with your values, then silence won't shake your peace. This mindset also applies to how you treat women. If you're being kind because you're hoping she'll notice how different you are from other guys, or reward you with her setting yourself up for disappointment. Real kindness doesn't come from neediness. It comes from inner strength and confidence. Marcus Aurelius, another legendary Stoic, put it simply: do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While it is in your power, be good. In other words, life is short. Spend it doing what's right, not chasing claps and cheers. So how do you live this truth daily? Start by checking your intentions. When you do something generous, ask yourself, am I doing this out of genuine care, or because I'm expecting a reward? Practice doing good without announcing it. Let your actions speak for you. Say you're on a date, don't mentally tally every time you pay for the meal or do something nice, expecting something in return. Be present, be sincere, let go of the scoreboard. Over time, you'll realize this way of living builds real confidence and lasting self-respect. At its core, Stoicism is about living with virtue and harmony with nature. When you stop chasing applause and start focusing on personal integrity, you break free from the trap of seeking approval, and that's where real peace begins. Now, number 8, stop doing too many favors. Are you always the one saying yes to every little request? Always quick to help, even when it throws off your own plans? This is a classic pitfall for nice guys. They think constant favors will earn love and admiration, but more often, it does the opposite. When you're always available and overly helpful, you don't come off as dependable, you come off as desperate. And over time, that eagerness starts to look like a lack of self-worth. Stoicism teaches that true respect comes from having boundaries. A Stoic man knows his value isn't measured by how much he bends for others, but by his integrity and inner strength. Let's break it down with a story. Alex is always there for his girlfriend, Sarah. Every time she calls, he drops what he's doing, whether it's running errands, fixing something, or canceling his own plans. At first, Sarah appreciates the attention, but over time, she starts taking it for granted. She stops seeing Alex as a strong, confident partner and starts seeing him as a backup plan. Now compare that to John. John is also kind and supportive, but he has his own priorities. When Sarah asks him for a favor, he thinks about whether it fits into his life. If it doesn't, he politely says no or suggests another time. Sarah respects John because he respects himself. Being able to say no doesn't push people away, makes them take you seriously. It tells them, my time and energy matter. If you don't value your own time, don't expect her to either. In Stoic practice, your first responsibility is to yourself. That doesn't mean being selfish, it means honoring your own well-being. By holding to your boundaries, you become stronger, more centered, and people will naturally respect that. You don't have to say yes to everything to prove your worth. When you respect yourself, others will follow your lead. So the next time you feel the urge to say yes just to please someone, pause. Ask yourself if it truly serves you. That moment of self-respect might just transform how others see and treat you. Next up. Number 9. Don't avoid the game. Many nice guys shy away from the so-called games in relationships. They believe honesty and directness should be enough. They avoid subtle strategies, thinking they're manipulative or fake. But here's the truth. The playful tension, the flirtation, the unspoken signals, those are part of the dance that builds attraction. Men and women alike engage in this back and forth. It's not about deception. It's about creating excitement and emotional chemistry. Stoicism doesn't reject complexity, it teaches you how to navigate it with clarity. That includes relationships. In the early stages, there's always a bit of mystery, a bit of anticipation. It's natural, and it serves a purpose, to explore interest and compatibility without revealing all your cards at once. Let's look at a situation. John meets Emma. He's honest and well-meaning. Right away, he tells her how he feels and what he wants. He's expecting that same level of openness in return. But Emma enjoys the process of discovery, the slow reveal. She wants to feel the tension build. She loves the journey of getting to know someone, not having it all laid out on the table. By being too upfront too soon, John removes the mystery and, in doing so, he kills the spark before it starts. When a relationship lacks a sense of mystery, it can quickly lose its spark. Stoicism reminds us of the value of balance and moderation. While staying true to who you are is vital, being aware of the subtle dynamics in social interactions can lead to deeper, more meaningful bonds. By completely avoiding the playful nature of romantic interactions, men like John may unintentionally miss out on meaningful connections. It's not about trickery or manipulation, but about understanding and respecting the natural rhythm of human relationships. If you come across as too predictable or overly straightforward, it may dull the excitement. Instead, lean into the complexities of dating, enjoy the flirtatious banter, the gradual expression of interest, and let the relationship evolve organically. This doesn't mean sacrificing your integrity. On the contrary, it helps you connect more meaningfully. While it might seem ideal for everything to be clear and simple from the start, that lack of intrigue can quickly become boring. Embrace the natural back and forth of dating. Be honest, but also recognize that some level of charm and playful timing is simply part of human nature. Doing so not only increases your chances in romance, but also helps you create more fulfilling emotional connections. Number 10. The real issue behind excuses. Why does it seem like women aren't attracted to you? Many nice guys have their go-to reasons. I'm too short, I'm too skinny, I'm not attractive enough. But these are just excuses. They're not truths. Men of all shapes, sizes, and looks succeed in relationships. Blaming your appearance is a way to avoid accountability. It's a defense mechanism that suggests you have no control, but that's not reality. In truth, attraction has much more to do with your self-image and confidence than with your physical features. Stoicism teaches us to focus only on what lies within our control and let go of the rest. You can't control your height or bone structure, but you can control your mindset, your presence, and how you carry yourself. That's where real attractiveness begins. Imagine a man who doesn't fit the traditional mold of good looks, but enters every room with confidence. He speaks with genuine curiosity, holds his head high, and isn't held back by perceived flaws. That kind of energy draws people in, especially women. So stop hiding behind your appearance. Start building your confidence. This means facing your fears, silencing negative self-talk, and stepping outside your comfort zone. Prioritize self-care, discover your passions, and focus on becoming the best version of you. As your confidence grows, so will your attractiveness, not because your looks changed, but because your energy and self-assurance will be impossible to ignore. Stoicism is about nurturing your inner strength. By developing your self-belief and emotional resilience, you not only become more attractive, you become unstoppable. Let go of the excuses, embrace your authentic self, and start improving what you can control. That's the path to real growth and to attracting the kind of people who truly value you. As we wrap up today's discussion, reflect deeply on what we've uncovered about the nice guy mindset in relationships. Stoicism shows us that virtues like wisdom, justice, and courage shape the core of who we are. Simply being nice isn't enough to build lasting attraction. Stoic philosophy doesn't reject kindness, it redefines it. It teaches us to act with virtue not for praise, but because it aligns with our character. This path pushes us to be our true selves, real, grounded, and balanced. It's not about putting on a front of niceness, but being genuinely virtuous, with no hidden agenda. That's what earns respect and forms real connection. If you found today's journey into Stoic wisdom and relationships meaningful, hit the like button and share your thoughts in the comments below. Also, check out the videos suggested on your screen for more insights on living with purpose and emotional strength. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more content on creating deeper, more powerful relationships and mastering the inner game of life.